What is up, y'all? Have you ever heard what assuming does? Yeah. You've probably been told that assuming makes an ass out of you and me, right? That's a common way to say it for sure. Well, I disagree with this statement altogether. Why do I disagree with this, you may ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'd be happy to tell you. When I assume something, the only ass in the situation is me, and vice versa when you do it. Rather than saying it makes an ass out of you and me, I like to ask a question. Assuming makes an ass out of you and who? In order to make sure that the individual knows that they're making an error in supposing that something should be the case with no proof to show that it actually is the case. How many times have you done this in your life and in your relationships? And how many times has it caused problems in your life or in your relationships? Probably more than a few of each of those, right? Well, I'm no different. This has caused problems for me more times than I can count. My wife and I have been married for almost 27 years now. I know. I look like I must have gotten married when I was 6 years old. Now, really? That's the way my wife looks. Anyway, in our 27 years of marriage, I've probably assumed what my wife was thinking or why she was doing something at least 27,000 times, and it has probably hurt her, me, or other people around us that many times as well, in some way or another. You see, in my eyes, assuming shows carelessness, selfishness, and a lack of compassion and wisdom on the part of the person doing the assuming. I can say this because, like I said, I've done this more times than I could ever hope to count, which I don't hope to. We're all guilty of this. This is why I asked the question, assuming makes an ass out of you and who, rather than stating that it does for both of us. The other individual has nothing to do with your carelessness, selfishness, or lack of compassion and wisdom. Don't put that on them. Instead, take personal responsibility. So, having said all that, next time you find yourself in a situation where your brain is trying to assume someone's thoughts, what is happening in a situation, why you're being excluded, or whatever else is happening that's making you have these thoughts, I want you to stop and think for a second. And rather than assuming, presume what is going on. If you didn't know it, presuming is a little bit different than assuming. Where assuming is thinking or taking action without any evidence, presuming is about thinking or taking action based on the probability of something being the case. What I mean is that you're putting some thought into taking action, asking yourself if your thought process is accurate before actually making a move. When we simply take a second to think before we act in this way, we can save ourselves and others hurt. We can mend and save relationships. We can truly understand others' thoughts and perspectives. And we can not be the ass in every situation. Well, it'll probably still happen every once in a while, in my case at least. But it'll make a big difference. Think about it.